Good evening, everybody. How's everybody this fine Thursday evening? Fine enough here in Donegal. It's the usual Donegal. A little bit damp, but hey, still not very warm. Still got the jacket on. So, how is everyone? You might notice a little bit more work done on the layout. Done a bit more greenery on here. Started doing some work down here around the water, but that's going to be a video in a couple of weeks. You will see the video was out on the Hunslet. That's going around. Fantastic little loco at that. Really, really good loco. Again, from Irish Railway Models, Acura scale. How's everyone doing? And over here, still working on the old computer control. I have my Murphy's Models Class 121 doing a little shunting action around the layout. So there you'll see that going in and out of different sidings. Just need to figure out now how to do it over here. So when a train comes in, another one goes out, but that's a learning process. Anyway, let's put down the screens and see who's in the chat. All right, let's scroll back. I think it was, yes, RTJ Trains. First off, Rob and Grace, good evening, guys. And then we got Tom Houston, XM8000T_1. Good evening, welcome to the stream. And we got John and Holly, Summer Breeze Model Railway. Good evening, guys. Bell Curve Junction-Scott, good evening. Who else we got coming in? Everyone saying hello to everybody. Simon Trains Model Railway. Good evening, Simon. And we got everyone else coming in. Martin O'Keefe. Good evening, Martin. How are you doing, sir? Leslie Gilpin Railways. Hi, Leslie. How are you keeping? Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Yes, damp, but hey, yeah. Chris, Valley 56. Good evening, Chris. How are you doing? Valerie Green, good evening, Valerie. Are you all set for Saturday? I will see you on Saturday. Valerie has got a show on up in Newton Abbey. The Glen Abbey Model Railway Club show is on this Saturday. I will be up there. I'll be leaving here hopefully about 7 in the morning to get up there before you start. So I will see you Saturday. So anyone who's in Northern Ireland or can get up there, go and visit. Looks like it's going to be an excellent show. As I said, it's not been here for a while, often busy or tired. Yeah, know that feeling. Timber Surf, good evening, Timber. How you doing? Chris Bilge Trains, good evening, Chris. That's a new name. How are you keeping? Kevin Gifford, good evening, Kev. How are you doing? We're all making a thunder run over to our local model shop tomorrow over in Enniskillen. Colin Edwards, 9874, good evening, Colin. How you doing? Ivo Van's on. Good evening, Ivo. Well, they're all coming in now. Oh, I think I got caught up with the chat. No, not ready. I'm sure you are, Valerie. I'm sure it'll be fine. So who's seen my video on the little Hunslet? It is just, wow. Just a real lovely model. Oh, hang on. Why is that stopped? The usual. I've been running around half an hour before the stream. No bother at all. Go live. Gets camera shy. What is going on? Oh, there we are. I disappeared off my phone. Oh, showing we got 30 people in. Don't forget to hit the old thumbs up for me. Subscribe if you're new here. You got any questions? Put them into the comments there. I'll try and get round to you all. Sorry, I can't talk and do things at the same time. All right, just make sure I'm showing all messages so I don't miss anything. Where did I get to? No, not ready. Timber Surf's in. Midsummer Railway and Scale. Good evening. How are you doing? And Brian Madden's made it in as well. Good evening, Brian. How are you doing? Oh, Marlon Mance. Good evening, Marlon. How are you doing? Where's Craig this evening? Is he out working? Have to keep an eye on a Wiener dog that's walking loose here. Oh, there's Brian from Central. Good evening, Brian. How are you doing? Don't forget our unofficial sponsor, the Train Set Shop. Yes, I need somewhere. I was trying to figure out. It was one of those evenings where everything was very rushed because my missus, she's not very well. She come down with a migraine. She gets these every so often, and that's bam, her gone. 24 hours in a dark room. She got hit by one today, so I've been running around trying to get things sorted. So one of the things I need to do is find somewhere to put this. So do you know what? I'm just going to put it there for now. No, that's over the track. The train's going to hit that. Oh, let's see if I can find somewhere over here to put it. Need to build a little billboard, I think. Put a little billboard here. That's going to be a job. There. The unofficial sponsor. I don't know if the Brian, your ears must be burning as I posted the trade shop link. Oh, Craig's at work, is he? Thank you, Grace. Yes. And the other bit of news I've got, nothing train related, just my family related. She's not going to hear this because she's away, but my daughter, number 2 daughter, that's number 2, not in favoritism, just number 2 came along. She has now got a first in psychology from the University of Ulster. She found that out yesterday. So very proud dad here at the moment. Yeah, she got a first in psychology. She's moving off this summer to London to work over there. So I'm going to miss her, but we're going to spend a couple of weeks together before she goes off. So very proud dad here. So Brian is selling a Silver Fox Hunslet for 140. Ooh. Mark, there is a package coming your way. See, now when you say that to an Irishman, that can be quite threatening. There's a package on the way. Hi, Brian John, still struggling a bit. Yeah, you are going through the wars there, aren't you? Midsummer Rail and Skill. Ray Ron VR, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Yes, what cakes are you cooking there? I seen you said you had something in the oven. 2 cakes in the oven. What are you cooking tonight? Sorry, baking for your cakes. Joshua Doryfitz Gaming, good evening. Two cakes in the oven, caramelized biscuit and ginger. Oh, that sounds nice. Yes, it is great news, great achievement. We're really proud of her. But that's my eldest daughter got a first. Now my second daughter's got a first. And now the third daughter, who's finishing her degree next year, she's feeling the pressure now. At the same time, I think my third daughter is one of those who are like, nah, it'll be what it'll be. Oh, Valerie, her son passed his degree in sports studies. Ooh. UUJ, is that University Ulster Jordanstown? Fitton is sitting in a big chair stroking one of his cats like a villain. Marlon says, Zara's got her first degree at uni in animal. See, everybody's getting degrees at the moment. Yeah, she was waiting because all the other universities that were there, results were coming out, and nobody in her year was getting any results. They didn't know what was going on, and then they were just posted. So super proud. Ivor says, the Scots managed to drink all the proper beer in Boston. Yes, I've seen that. They had to do some emergency deliveries. Not only did they drink everything in Boston, I think they sucked up everything from some of the surrounding states. So there was I seen one picture posted of, Scotland's in town, and there was some statue with a traffic cone on its head. Tom Kieran 7136. Hello, that's a new name. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Donegal Rail. Well done on the acquisition of your 101 class Hunslet. Would you or any of your viewers know of a replacement motor for an original PM Pacman class 181? Thanks in advance. I'm sure Brian, Finnerton Central, will be able to help you out there. He would know, I would have thought. Brian. Josh says, been on a few trips this week. Crow Park on Tuesday, Guinness Brewery on Wednesday, exploring near Sanderford today, and tomorrow Dunleary Maritime Museum. Oh, if it's for Bachman, I would just drop Bachman a line. And then there's also Peter Spares as well. Not tonight, Simon got the dog instead. Well done to her, Mark. That's Jennifer. She's Rachel's the youngest. She's currently sitting or leaving at the moment. She's got her final exam tomorrow, and then she's done. I did say to her, I said, oh, you're finished Saturday. Do you want to come up to the train show with me to Belfast? The answer was no, but, maybe not as polite as that. As Chris says, well done to all the youngsters and their qualifications. Yes. Thanks, Sean. I do have to live with a certain amount of side effects of drugs. Yeah, that's one of the horrible things of some drugs, especially on the heavy stuff. It can give you some quite tough side effects. Ivo, still 30 degrees here in Germany. My daughter is currently in the Netherlands at Pink Pop concert, and she said it's 30 degrees there. It's where the concert is actually right beside the German border. If I buy any more trains, I'll be getting the 3rd degree. Yes, those of you who were here last week will remember the goings on with my missus was watching the stream last week and hear me talking about purchases. Yes. She didn't say anything to me afterwards, which is worse, because now I know she's keeping it up here to be thrown back at me at some time in the future. So now I've just got to play this waiting game. Now, I don't think she's watched tonight because she's in there with my son watching Traitors. Yeah, they're watching the old series. Traffic cone on the head, person to put it there must be from Glasgow. I'm looking forward to September's live. I've got something in the planning that I think you all will like. It's not D cough CCC cough. Love to see the Euro fans enjoying our stadiums. No Scotland, no party. That's no problem. Anytime you've got a question or you want to know something, pop in here. Holly said there was a fire in Greg's in town on her way back from work, so hope nothing too serious. Fire service arrived as she was going past. Oh, Grant Salisbury. Good evening, Grant. How are you doing? I want to open the Scots new Hard to Throw railway opening. Yes. Hermitage Road, Pete. Good evening, Pete. How are you doing? Oh, Rail Videos NI is in as well. Matthew, good evening. Will I see you on Saturday? Will you be at the Glen Abbey show? Canadian Locomotive Logistics. Darren, I think. Am I right? I know I ask this all the time. How are you doing? Hi there, just popping in. RGJ Trains, we are here listening and watching Grace's painting Rob's wiring points. Good luck with the wiring of the points. It can be quite tedious. Anyway, so what's been going on in the model railway world? Well, of course, KR models. I'm not going to say much on it. It's unfortunate. another company gone. There's been a lot of stuff out there from other YouTubers. I'm not going to say anything. I think it's just sad that somebody tried to do something. It didn't work out. They lost their way, whatever happened. And yeah, we just lost another. I've never had any KR models, so I'm not going to comment on them. But yeah, it's just sad that we've lost another supplier. This is my last can of Dr. Pepper. Not last ever, it's just the last one I have in the house. I hope nobody on here has got any orders with them that they might have lost money on. Yep, I will be at the Glen Abbey show with our RPS information stand. Oh, I'll see you there then, Matthew. Sponsored by Dr. Pepper, yeah. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah. Ian O'Brien, 6908, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Showing us having 41 in. I'm surprised we have these sort of numbers during the summer. Usually my lives really drop off over the summer because people obviously are doing better things. Anyway, what I've been doing to the layout is obviously I've started doing the computer control stuff. The video on fitting those MTB DP1 motors, which I can't rate highly enough, really good motors. That's out tomorrow. Channel members already have seen it. And then following on from that is next week's video, which is already in the can, is on fitting the feedback modules for that and a little bit on iTrains. I don't really go into too much detail because there's other people out there who do it better, who I've been watching their videos. Got some work done on here. Basically, I just put some scatter in to tie it in to the shoreline, if you like. Now I have to go and do the static grass, bushes, trees, farm animals. Then it'll be sort of track infrastructure. And then, so I'm really sort of doing scenery from here around to this, because then what I need to do, and also you might have noticed I put some more green on here again. That I'll be popping that out completely to do the static grassing on that. And then probably what I'll do is I'll take the layout apart, flip it around, so then I can get it this half and do the scenics and that. So I've more or less got that sort of this half of the layout to a good standard near completion. So then I can just crack on with the station and the hard standing for the engine shed and the TMD. So lots to do. Of course, now summertime, youngest finishes school tomorrow. He's got half day. So there'll be less work done on this now over the summer because obviously we're spending time with the kids, going out, doing other bits and pieces. So yeah, I won't be doing as much over the summer. Probably will still do bits. There'll still be hopefully a video out every week, but the pace on this will certainly slow down over the next 2 months anyway, sort of during July and August till they go back to school. Let me just go back because a few people come in. And the RW1s come in, having been temporarily waylaid by Graham Norton, trying to get me to use something I already do. It's not awfully late. Those bloody Revolut ads are driving me up the wall. I did put monetization back on for this stream tonight because I wanted to see how it behaved, because I've had it off for the past couple of weeks because people were saying they're getting a lot of bother with ads. So if the ads are annoying or whatever during the stream, if they're popping up through the chat, let me know and I will switch that off for the next stream. Have Dr. Pepper cancelled the sponsorship of us being the last can? No. What's been happening is we're a car down. It's condemned, so we have to buy a new car. So that's been going on for the sort of past 2-3 weeks, which means my car, My missus has been using that for work because I work from home, so I don't particularly need a car. So I haven't been able to get out anywhere to go and do any shopping. So my reserves, this is why I'm down to my last one. So tomorrow is an emergency run to stock up on this. And I've only got a couple of hours to do it because he's on half day. So it's drop him off, go do the shops to be back for 12. You're like, well, that's plenty of time. That's 3 hours. Yeah, it's an hour to get to where I need to go and an hour back. Raymond Legs, good evening, Raymond. How are you doing? So Matthew says, Glen Abbey for me on Saturday, then Dublin to work the steam outing with 171 to Maynooth on Sunday. Busy weekend ahead. Ooh, sounds like fun. Why did St. Mary's Church Railway take down all of his videos? Is Stuart gone? Because I know he took down all his videos once before and then he went back again. Is he gone again? Or what's... Thinking about it now, I haven't actually seen anything from him in a while. I missed something in that list. I made advice on couple hiding behind a bush. Valerie says, our exhibition is not as good as the other exhibitions that are held in NI. Let's wait and see, Valerie, okay? Because this is the first time you've done it. So, and you posted on your Facebook page the other day some of the layouts you had there, and you have quite a few going. So, are you going to get the ICM Steam locos? Yes. I have one. I have Maeve on order, which I think is due early next year. You still having a UK trip in the summer? I don't think so now, Simon, because the money is to go towards a new car. So I don't think I'm going to be doing that now, which is really annoying because I have been trying to do that trip every year. And every year something happens and I don't make it. And I thought, this is the year you're going to make it. Like I've bought, you can't see over there, I've got all the camping kit, everything like that, ready to go. And it's just, I think finances won't allow. Does anyone, Summer Breeze on a railway, John and Holly, does anyone else build a railway fund and then find it ends up having to go on other bills and then the railway fund has to start from scratch again? I think that's just life. I think that just happens to everybody. You know, to be honest, the car that has been condemned, we bought it probably 2 years ago, and it has been a lemon since we bought it. It is one of those cars that's just been a lemon. And it's got to the point now, the mechanic said, look, just don't spend any more money on this. I said, just scrap it. He said, there's no point. HH Express, hi, good evening. How are you doing? I know a couple you mean. Vehicle shortages cause catastrophic supply chain issues. Yes, it certainly did in this household. Aaronville, good evening. Hi, all a bit late. Having a hot chicken noodle soup on toast. It's not 8:30 yet. It's not food time. Anybody who's new here for some reason after 8:30, I think it was John and Holly who started that. Well, at 8:30, we start talking about food, along with trains, but if it's a personal thing, you need to press him. Okay, I missed something there. Well, Brian's already off there. He's having egg on toast. Oh, there's the link for Steam Trains Ireland for their upcoming events in Whitehead and Dublin. So has anybody heard anything from Stuart? Mark, get a Toyota hybrid. I had a Toyota hybrid once and it was terrible. Is there any exhibitions in July in England or Wales? There is usually an exhibition on somewhere in England and Wales every weekend, if not a couple on. Isn't that life these days? Pays your money, takes your chance. Yeah. Yeah, bad news about KR models. I did mention that briefly. I don't want to get caught up in the whole. This is one thing that bothers me about being on YouTube and being called an influencer. Is I build my model railway, I show you guys what I'm doing, like that Hunslet. I bought that with my own money. I don't get that from anything. And that's why I don't usually do reviews. But because it's an Irish model and there's not many people doing Irish models, I thought I'd do a review on that. And I love it. It's really good. It's well built, great detail, sounds fantastic. And I would recommend it to anyone because I think what I paid for it is worth it. Did I get any discount? No. I spent my money on it and I really like it. And that's one of the things I worry about as being like an influencer is, do things I say and do people go, oh yeah, because Donegal dad said that, I'm going to do that. And that worries me that people don't look around for other opinions or do their own research or things like, and I just wonder sometimes, am I influencing people in the wrong way? I mean, I love model railways. I build model railways. I love trains. And now YouTube has become another hobby that adds on to that. And I do think about that sometimes. John Harrison, has anyone heard from Roy Dennis at all? He hasn't posted anything for 11 months. I know he doesn't go to many lives, but wondered if anyone knew him personally at all. Oops, forgot my food. Food was premature. What's running tonight? Well, running tonight, we have my Murphy's Model Class 121. I've got this going, doing a little shunting maneuver up and down. You'll see it going into different sidings on here. That's running with I-trains. On the top level there, which is still DC, we're running on the 009, the Donegal rail car number 18. Going around just here now is my latest acquisition. That's the Hunslet. The video came out in that beginning of the week. And then we have the A-Class going around, which is also another Irish Railway Models Acura scale running around. And the coaches are just some Hornby Mark IIIs that I painted up. Don't look at them too closely. They're covered by the 2-foot rule. Yeah, don't look too bad. Just don't look closely. You'll see some of the shoddy painting. But that was the first time I repainted coaches, and I was quite happy with it. Learned a lot from it. Thought, and I'll see when you do this, you learn things that you can do better next time. But there is a video on it somewhere. They painted them about 2 or 3 years ago. So that's what's running tonight. And sitting here, I have a Class 141 Murphy's Models and a Class 818 Murphy's Models. And I believe these coaches were done by Lima, I think. They're, I think, with the yellow livery like that. I think they called that the Galway livery. While watching, just had a banging chili, carne, and garlic bread, all homemade, wiser. Very nice. I said, if it's a personal thing, no need to press him. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I got you there. Sometimes when you're reading the chat, you lose track. Buy a Renault. Nope. I had a Renault before. Didn't like them. I know what I want to buy. And I've been looking at a few. Mr. Ivo, I just recently bought a Toyota Hybrid and it's fantastic, but has affected my trade fund for a long while. Hi from HH Express, posted a new video on Tuesday. Sorry, excuse me. It was terrible. Sure you were going to swear then. I was thinking about it. The only thing I've changed in my hybrid Toyota is the sound insulation. Raynor says, I think viewers are much smarter than that, especially for how much these items are. Yeah, hope so. Ian O'Brien, 6908. Looking for some advice. I bought a Helgen O gauge Class 58 recently. I brought a Loke Sound XL V5 and a ESU smoke unit. Okay. I have just skipped on to his next comment there. I think, followed all the instructions for wiring and programming. I cannot get the smoke unit to work. Any ideas? First thing, with the O gauge bigger engines, they need a bigger, and you've got the XL V5, which is a bigger, because the chip needs to take a lot of ampage when it's O gauge, especially one of the bigger locos. Does that 58, does that have 2 motors in it or just the one? And if it's got a smoke unit, that's probably going to pull a bit of ampage as well. So you need to make sure the decoder is suitable for that, would be my first thought. And then depending on the smoke unit, can you hook that up separately to a power supply just to test it to make sure it's working? Colin says, you only influence people if they choose to be influenced. I would hope so. I would hope people would take everything I say with a pinch of salt and just like go, yeah, well, that's his opinion. Let's see what everybody else thinks. Now, like the Hunslet, I highly recommend that. But because it was Irish Railways exclusive, they're all sold out. I think they had a bit of stock left over that they've put up on the website. I haven't checked, but I presume they've already all gone. So, yeah, I recommend it, but you can't buy it anywhere. And of course, like all these things, I've heard stories of already being appearing on eBay and things like that for almost twice the price they were. Raymond, on the 1.8, they use thinner windows and less insulation to keep the weight down. Right, okay. Raymond Legs. Lima was the first to make CIE models. Yes, I think they were. And Bachmann made one as well. And Hornby have. They made a little 040, an Irish freight set. I've got the little 040 up there. It's just a little tank engine that they put the what we call the flying snail on it, which was the emblem of Irish Rail back in the day. So that there, you can see it. See, it's just a little tank engine, just a standard one. Like, I don't think anything like that ever ran, but they just put the old CIE Irish Rail flying snail on it. Some Rosian scale. My Toyota Hybrid is quiet and great fuel economy. 700 to 800 to 40 liters. Wow, that's really good. Chris, everyone has an opinion. I think the best thing is to false opinion with a pinch of salt and make your own mind up, like you did with that loco. Yeah. 101 respraying an old Hornby coach into a new livery. Ah, was that it? Excuse me. Dude means never. Pete has a Honda, finds them brilliant. J-Loof HDI also made a CIE train. You're running 2 motors, the decoder is rated at 5 amps. Right, so that should have no problems with the decoder. Simon's be right back, popping out to catch a charter train, running 20 minutes early. Ooh, enjoy. I was saying, Ian, did you get the control mode of the function port to smoke generate? That's usually not set by default. So it might be some CV settings you have to change. LERW1, have that 040, planning to put a new 5-pole in it rather than the current 3-pole. A fella on the exhibition circuit did that to procure a chassis for, oh, right. Cheaper than Lima. If you want economy, don't ever buy SLC. Yeah, so this weekend there's 2 shows on here on the island of Ireland. We have the Glen Abbey show up in Newton Abbey, just north of Belfast, on Saturday from, I think it is 10 to 5, Valerie, is that right? And then Saturday and Sunday down in Limerick, we have the Midwest Club is putting their show on in the Castle Roy Hotel, I think, down in Limerick. If you look up the Midwest Model Railway Club, and their show's on Saturday and Sunday. I want to try and get down to that show on Sunday, but being Father's Day, I don't know if I'm going to make it down. Definitely going to Valerie's on Saturday, unless my car breaks down. And here's the thing. My car's got to go in for the NCT next week, which is over here. That's the same as the MOT in the UK. And I'm not very, I think that's good. I go, oh, no. I think I'm going to get one of those red notices that says unsafe to drive. Because I've been warned about a few issues, and my mechanics looked at it and said, yeah, there's no problem with that car. It's safe to drive. There's no problem with it. I said, but if they hit it too hard with the hammer, or they think that's a little bit too much rust, then it's going to fail. All right, okay. Ian says to Ivo, yes, I've done this. Right, okay. Matthew, Rail Videos and I, for any diesel enthusiasts, we have 2 rail tours coming up from Dublin on the 8th of August to Galway and Limerick, then on the 17th of October to Killarney and Tralee. Just waiting for Irish Rail confirmation. Okay. A British leyland is just a pile of rust right now, a rustmobile. Spit it out, Mark, that's it. Timber Surf used to have Fords. The best one did 40 mpg, then got a Hilux Surf that did 20 mpg in town. And I'm over to my current Merc does 38 mpg, which I'm happy with. 45 miles per hour motorways compared to the Toyota. Unless you want to impress us, right, guys. It's too early to take it south yet. We've got to wait till at least 9 o'clock. RJ, can't afford the petrol costs. We do a lot of kilometers as an Aussie. It's a long way to anywhere. Yes. Timber Surf. I'm sure there's better cars for MPG, but I don't do big mileage anymore. And the Merc goes like hot snot. 250 brake horsepower. Oh, nice. Might look at going to Newton Abbey since it's not impossible to get to by train from Laois. No, straight up. And then there is a train station not too far from now. It's probably on the Derry line, I think. I was going to fill the tank with dirt cheap petrol in Luxembourg. The 2 rail tours I mentioned will be hauled by a 071 class. RG trains 27 mpg. Wow. I gave the MOT guys a laugh this year. One car did 1,000 miles in a year, the other 800. Wow. Moseley West is close to here, all right. There we are. Moseley West on the Londonderry line is the nearest station to the Glen Abbey show. I thought it was the Londonderry line, or as I would say, Derry line, but let's not get into that, hey, Matthew? $0.20 cheaper compared to Germany. Is that a litre? White Abbey is just before Beach Green, so I think it's Derry and Larne trains, but I don't know much about the service patterns around northwest Belfast. Well, the Derry train goes once an hour, I believe. So there's a train every hour, both directions, obviously, because if it goes one way, it's going to have to come back. They don't just all pile up in Derry. Timber said, Rob, I have a bigger engine. You have a heavier foot. Bring back the 10 sleeper pool service. 17 mpg in sports. Wow. Joshua, I think they should consider reopening some of the other stations around Newton Abbey, especially since the line can pass closer than the rest. Yeah. Valleys, Chris, I've done less than 10,000 miles in my VW Corrado VR6 since I bought it over 20 years ago. Wow. Hi, says I have full electric solar panels that charge my car. Londonderry line goes to Coleraine, which one be listed as that? Yes, because sometimes it only goes as far as Coleraine. It's around 4.5 litres to 100 kilometre. If you have a collection of DC and DCC trains, can you run a layout that could run DC and DCC? Therefore, can you do the wiring to run both independently, one then switch another? Obviously not both. Yes. In fact, Rob, RGJ Trains, that's what they're doing. So they're wiring it up for DCC, and they're going to have a switch on it so they can flick it over to DC. Now, Jason, Barnabas Junction, I think he has 2 lines that are DCC, and then he has a separate line that's just DC. Some DCC trains will run on a DC line, but you need to check the decoder that's in there, that it's allowed, and the CVs are set to do that. Obviously, some. And also, if you're running DCC locos on a DC line, you need to make sure you have a good power supply. That's not going to let the voltage spike and things like that, because that will blow the chips. So it can be done. Timber, I have a car half the weight of yours too. I don't believe Timber is 24 volts. I used to do 25,000 miles a year. It was painful. I used to do over, one of my jobs, I used to drive over 50,000 miles a year. Like my car was going in for service every 6 to 8 weeks. Hi, already driving full electric 6 years now. There's something wrong with that, Rob. There's Matthew. Londonderry trains leave Grand Central Station every 10 past the hour. Note it will be at least a 20-minute walk from Moseley West to the site of the show. There we go. Joshua Dodge 6 Gaming. Monkstown and Mervo are ideal sites for stations between York Street and Bleach Green. There's a lot of room around the alignment for new stations. RGJ Trains to Kev. Totally, mate. It's not difficult, especially considering I managed it. Let's see when he's got it up and running, does it work? I've got utmost confidence in you, Rob. I know he's now looking at the computer screen with his middle finger extended. Here in Aussie, you need a tough car, and Toyotas run for years. My first ever car was a Toyota Corolla, and it lasts me for years, even with the abuse I give it, and being a first young driver and being exuberant, shall we say, with my driving, and not looking after it properly. It did me well for a few years. And it only cost me 300 quid. And I remember the insurance was the same price as the car, because the insurance was 300 quid. DCC needs about 30% to actually come alive. Mr. Maruenska, I have 2 DCC lines on 1 DC. I wonder if it's feasible to rebuild the lines down Patrick's just to an hour late last year, so they're probably considering it. Well, maybe they are. Cheeky self has already worked. And the truck with the snorkel, yes. My first car was Mora's Ital and it lasted 5 minutes. Did it last 5 minutes because you wrapped it around a tree or it just blew up? Mark, can you remind us what size battens you used for the baseboard frame? Apologies if you said before. Right, I'm going to put this down. So because this is a mobile layout, I'm going to move the bottom right. So anybody who gets motion sickness, watch out. I used 4x1 to make it. And if I can come under the layout, I don't know if you'll see it, if it's too dark, but you can see there's the 4x1s, cross members at about, I think they're 18-inch centers, and that makes it quite sturdy. I don't know how much of that you're getting because it's pretty dark under here. But if I was making a layout that was, oh, hang on. Camera's lost connection. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. If I was doing one that was sitting in place, I would use 2x1 because I can screw that to the wall and it's not, I just made it by 4x1 to give it more strength because obviously it's going to be carried around the place and moved. But if you're making a layout that's going to be fixed in one place, I think 2x1s are strong enough and with 10mm ply. Always use ply. Don't like MDF or chipboard because if it gets wet, it just expands and falls apart, and you're going to get it wet when you do ballasting and things like that. Yes, you can paint it and seal it and stuff like that before you work on it. But then by the time you've done that, it's one, it takes time, it takes an extra cost, and you're probably up to the price of ply. Yes, ply can delaminate and all that, but ply is more robust than MDF and chipboard. Right, real videos in Matthew. There is a bus stop around the corner from the show. Metro bus service 1C, 1D, 1G, 1K, and 1M serve the stop, which is called Ballycraggy Road. My first car was a Hyundai Pony, bought in 1986. Only lasted 11 months since switched to a VW Passat. Wouldn't start. Kept my first car, Ford Caprice 1500 GT, which I still had, although I have a 1976 Triumph Stag. Loves it. Yeah, I've seen that Stag. Well, I haven't seen it in person. I've seen pictures of it, and it is a lovely looking car. Joshua W6 Gaming. Cardiff has never been served by rail. It might be perfect for a tram or metro from Belfast in the future. Straight and test disappointing. Yes, it would be. If you just bought a car and then it won't start. It's a big country, yes. Australia certainly is. Never been there. It's not near the top of my list to go to, but my dad's been there, and I know someone who's going off. A friend of my daughter's, she's never been on an airplane, never left the country, and she's flying off to Australia for 2 weeks next week. Like, for your first trip out of the country, you're going halfway around the world. I also have another friend who she probably has at this stage, but the first time she ever got onto an airplane was to do a parachute jump. So for a while there, she had taken off in a plane but never landed in one. NERW says to Joshua, too much stuff in the way. Houses built on the site of level crossing estate, sprawled over alignment, bypass taking the route through Comber. Yeah, see now with modern building, things like that, they don't have to follow the same route that was put in. And you've got to remember, some of these routes that were put in by the railways aren't the most efficient routes. They were put in because it had to service some landowner wanted to halt near their house. Because certainly on Donegal Railways, some of the alignments aren't the best ones they could have taken, but it was to serve certain landowners wanted a halt near their house so they could, or a lot of time in the UK, it was diverted somewhere because the landowner didn't want a train going through there, be able to see the train from their house. So, and with modern building equipment, it's a lot easier to put in a new alignment somewhere else. Balcove Junction-Scott, my first car was a bright yellow Austin Allegro. It certainly was. That camera's frozen. Which one? It might have froze when I moved it because it might have slightly lost connection. Brian, I had a yellow Chevrolet Estate. My family friend had a Volvo and never ran. My last Toyota did over 2,500 kilometers, had it for 15 years and never had a problem with the motor. Mother Red Shed, Dino! Dino, how's it going, mate? Hope you're keeping well. No problem, John Holly. Timber Surf, I had a Triumph Dolomite Sprint, twin car, went like hot snot, weighed a ton, had to have the head skimmed 3 times aluminium, and the wheels kept falling off. The annoying thing is that abandoned railway alignments tend to make nice slots to build houses in where they cross roads, yeah. Everyone's saying hello to Dino, Dino saying hello to everyone else. Brian says stags are awful to work on. I know what's wrong with it, ain't got no gas in it. Josh says, rebuilding abandoned railways is never easy, of course. They still got to rebuild the Mid-Ulster and Derry Road first, of course. Lots of places built on both lines. Yeah, they'll just do realignments. It's not a case they're going to put it down the exact line and buy somebody's house who's built across it and demolish it to put a train back through it. They'll just go around it. Because you got to remember as well, a lot of, when the railways were put in sort of from the, what was it, 1840s through to the 1900s, when these stations were built in towns and things like that, they were built outside of towns. Like Donegal Station, where it is now, was built outside the town. It was all green fields around it because the town was that small at the time. So now they would just build a new station and it would still be on the outside of the town if it's bigger, and and have a proper integrated transport system to buses and everything feeds into it, because they always do that right. It's 23 hours from Heathrow. Yeah. Yeah, it's for first flight. I think she's going via Hong Kong. Well, there's that. Dr. Pepper gone. So now I have the old little ginger ale to keep my whistle wet. Well, so far this little shuttle's been going all right. I don't know if you guys have been watching it, but it starts here, and then it goes over to here. Then it goes back up to where it is, then back up to there, then down to here, I think, and then back up to here, and then back to where it started. So, yeah, it seems to be working all right. Although I have had a couple of occasions, obviously you heard about the first one where my A-class just suddenly boom, bolted, ended up on the floor. It happened again to one other loco, but I was able to kill the power to stop it. Because the problem with the A-class is even if you kill the power, it's got to stay alive in it. So But I do like that Hunslet. It's lovely. And I have the coaches for it. They'll be coming, I think, beginning of next year when they're due. It does look lovely. Where are we? It says, from Senator, you're so right. It's a passion. Let's salute the brave Dr. Pepper, never to be forgotten. Sponsored by Litter Ginger Ale. Yeah. Stanover Model Railway, Captain Static, Mark, good evening. How are you doing? The Hong Kong is even longer. Yeah, I think she's going from Dublin to Hong Kong and then from there, I believe. It's some, I forget why she's going. It's some course or something like that the college is putting on. So the college is paying for it. So I presume it's whichever the flight was cheapest that they've booked. Rhythm is a dancer. It's a soul's companion. Can you feel it in the air? Oh, yes, of course. Hello to Sarah as well. That's Mark's wife. So don't forget to thumbs up for me and subscribe if you're new here. And you got any questions? I see I'm near the bottom of the chat at the moment. Pop them in. If you put them in already and I missed them, keep putting them in until I see them, because sometimes the chat jumps and I miss them. There's no Maura in tonight. I wonder where Maura is. Yeah, it doesn't taste the same after Dr. Pepper. Where are we? What time is it? Oh, almost 8:30, guys. You know what that means? Yeah, so the video on these little things, these point motors, which again, I use them, find them really, really good. That's out tomorrow. Channel members already seen it. And then next week's video, I say, is already in the can, is of fitting the feedback modules for the track. To be honest, it's not one of my better videos. It's a bit sort of all over the place. Mark says, I'm tired, but okay, Mark. Hope you're firm. Well, yeah, we're all good here. Well, apart from Becky, she's migraine today, so she is resting up. Sounds like another heat wave on the way soon. Well, a heat wave here in Donegal is if it gets above 20 degrees. At the moment, I think it's about 14, 15 degrees. Tommy Monroe, I used to work with a brilliant software engineer. One night I found him in the car park, bonnet up, carburetor in pieces. I've got some grit in the carb, he said, so I helped him dismantle. They look machines that used to kill rats. What's that? Clean and reassemble it. 2 hours later, car wouldn't start, or maybe I've run out of petrol. He was lucky to survive. Someone said, via Hong Kong is cheaper and longer. Yeah, that's probably why. Sarah Johnson, good evening, Sarah. How are you doing? You keeping well? My mate did something similar. Had never been out of the country. Then when the World Cup was last in the USA, he booked himself off there all by himself. Wow. I tell you what, let's stop the two that are going around, and we'll send the 141 and the 181 around. So let's wait for the Hunslet to come back around and the A-class, and I can stop them if I can remember how. Oh, excuse me. Right, what we got? The Hunslet's coming around. And we can stop the Hunslet as well. And we can change the points. Right, we want the 163, just that one there. And we want the 186. Why won't that go? See, I'm still trying to figure out these things. So, oh, that's on semi-automatic. That's why. So, no, manual. Stop that. Oh, I heard a point change. I don't know why the point changed. Which point changed? Nope. No, it's going backwards. It's all right. Why are these trains so hard to drive? Right, we've got the 181 going around and the 141. It's both Irish Rail locos, both Murphy's models built by Bachmann. They seem a little bit jerky. You just need a little bit more juice in them. All right, we'll see how they run now. I will get back to the chat. Where was I? Oh, it was... hope it gets better soon. Migraines are never pleasant. I, John, suffer with them too. Send her our best. Thank you very much. Yes, she's got some special medicine to take when they come on. So she took that, a couple of hours in bed. She's actually up now watching The Traitors. Is Hong Kong really that out of the way? Well, I suppose when you're flying to Australia, yeah. Shipping from China is slow because they sell at 10 knots, yeah. Sarah says she's fine, good. Ian Ryan, 5727, good evening, welcome to the stream. It's always good to have some company or institution pay for the travel. Yes, it is, yes. You had a job for 2 years where I used to be. Why have they both stopped? See, this is something that I haven't fully figured out, because sometimes you set them going and they do a circuit and then stop. Where was I? Ian. John Hall, I think that was the first football tournament I took interest in. Was that in 1994? Oh, I think the wheels on these are dirty. I think they need a clean. Oh, I've just derailed it. Summer away and scale. It's winter here and has been 18 degrees overnight, and during the day usually warm. Yeah, I wish it was that temperature here. I think I've seen it hit 16 today. Show us your DMRC badge on your jacket, Mark. Where are we? That one there. So Donegal Railway Museum, Donegal Model Club, or Model Railway Club. Thanks for the read. You're very welcome, Ian. You're very welcome to the stream. That's 80 degrees Celsius. Yes, we work in Celsius here in Ireland. So I should have just left the other trains running because they were running fine. But these, of course, are Bobo bogies, so they don't have as many pickups. So if they get dirty, mind you saying that, I have been doing some scenic work. So when you tend to do the scenic work, the track gets dirty. Finland Central, I had a Cortina Mark V that would break down every time I got near a scrapyard. And when it was started without turning the key, I thought it was time to sell it on. Set semi-automatic, what caliber is 140? Yeah, see, when you set the throttles on them, you have manual, semi-automatic, and automatic, which is obviously to do with the computer control. So if you set to semi-automatic and send it off, it seems to do a loop and then stop. I haven't fully worked it out yet. Since then, he married a Canadian girl and immigrated to Vancouver. Oh. Thumbs up and click. Thank you very much, Ian. Somebody's on. I was on Cub Camp this week before it started. Scott was upset at the time when Dad said it was every 4 years. I remember Baggio missed a penalty in the final. I think it's still rising. Stand over Monterey, Mark, 8:30, food chat. We had salmon, veg, potatoes, and dinner for dinner tonight. Very nice. No, I didn't say that, Ian. That was held for review, so I've just let it go through. Oh, Mark had mandarins for dessert. What's everyone had for dinner today? I see more Bobo Locos than Coco Locos secondhand. That's me heading off, folks. See you on Saturday, Mark. If anyone is at the show, see your RPS information stand. Go over and say hi. Yeah, I'll see you then, Matthew. Take care, and I'll catch you on Saturday. As long as my car gets me there. So we got blueberries on ours. Chicken stir fry is what John had tonight. I had an egg roll. And Raymond's asking a pork egg roll. Ian Ryan, fried pork, luncheon meat with tinned tomatoes and chips. Slightly less healthy than a plutonium sandwich on white bread. Yeah, anybody who's new here, 8:30 goes from model railways to food chat, where everyone discusses what we've had to eat today. What have I eaten today? I know it's been one of those days where I haven't been eating, I've been snacking, so I wanted to have something to eat before coming on tonight, but I just didn't have time, so I don't know, I'll probably have a bacon sandwich afterwards. Oh no, I think we're out of bread. I might just have bacon. Oh, let's sit down for a minute. Stand over Monterey, we have been rather fruity between us then. I had chicken, not pork. And I had a lovely juicy burger for dinner. Scott had chicken coconut curry. That does sound nice. Tom had baked feta and tomato stuffed peppers. Oh, sounds very nice. You could always rent a Vauxhall, Mark, just mind the alarm system. You know, I had a Vauxhall Vectra, done over 300,000 miles in it. That was a solid car. It was a great car. It just went and went. I mean, in the end, it was just worn out. the boot wouldn't open properly. One of the back doors wasn't opening properly. Like the engine and the bodywork was still sound, but it was just, it got to the point where you were trying to fix something every week on it. And it, yeah. But that was a pretty sound car, a really good car. It was probably the one best investments we ever made in a car. Ian says, sounds nice. Tom, we love Greek food. Would have to have a hang sandwich, as my mate calls them. Yeah, the old hang sandwiches. Starting a food channel, Mark. Actually, I do have Donegal Dad Cooks, which is a channel where I put up all the stuff I cook on it. Really, I put it up there for my kids. Because a lot of them are away at college. They want to know how I do different things. So it's up there for them to refer to. I haven't posted anything on it now for, I think, for 18 months. John Holly, Summer Breeze. Rob, before I forget Saturday, can we raise a glass in the live to all our dads who are no longer with us due to it being Father's Day weekend? I think that's a lovely idea, guys. Because I know some people have lost their dads in the past year, so it's a tough time. Is your mate Glaswegian by any chance? Oh, and I've just had 3 pieces of Toblerone bar for extra dessert as well. A Toblerone bar? I thought people only bought them when they went through airports. Sorry, I just see the loco stopped. What I will do is I'll just put the chat down for a minute. So I'm just away for the chat for a minute. Just going to give that bit. I had some alcohol out earlier on because I was cleaning the wheels and something else. So I'm just going to rub it along that track. You got to rub the inside of the rails as well. Oh yeah, that's a bit dirty, all right? Yeah, let me just that's just come off about a foot of track in the tunnel. Yeah, that wouldn't have helped. We'll just see how that goes around now. Probably stop somewhere else now. Oh no, it went through this time because I was watching it. Let's turn my back on it, see how it goes. Midsummer Romance Girl. Dinner was yesterday. It was almost breakfast. Dinner was honey and soy chicken drumsticks, corn on the cob, and pumpkin. Oh, sounds nice. I had ventral C and it only lasted 6 weeks. John, totally done, mate. Remind us. Yes, I think that's a good idea. Tommy Ryan, inherited an Austin Maestro. Every time I closed the door, you could hear the rust falling down inside it. It's a channel, not Donegal Dad Does Dinner. Yes, that's what it's called. Originally, it was Donegal Dad Cooks. And then my other half said, no, you got to have something with all the D's. So that's why it went Donegal Dad Does Dinner. Twin Peaks from the Pine Shop. No, we bought a huge one in Morrison's today for £3.74 orange chocolate Toblerone. That's one thing I miss is Morrison's. Morrison's always seem to have good deals and different things on. We don't have Morrison's in Ireland, which I think they made a mistake there because remember Morrison's bought Safeway years ago. I think it was Safeway they bought. And there was a load of Safeway stores in Northern Ireland. And they sold them to Asda saying, oh, we don't want those. And Asda bought them. And Asda made an absolute killing in Northern Ireland because what they didn't realize is you get all the trade from the south coming in. Son of Monroy, my mum bought for me when I saw her in the week, and I wasn't going to say to her. Scamperton Motor Railway, good evening. How are you doing? Right, I think this a bit of track needs cleaning now. Come on, off you go. The trouble, when you start cleaning one bit of track, then all of a sudden another bit needs cleaning. Yes, that's a bit dirty too. That's one of the problems when you're actually working on your layout. It does get dirty. Oh, I can actually see the dirt on the rails there. And I wouldn't mind, but I've got a little track cleaner I could just run around, but I never seem to think of it. Brian says, Tom, my Meister's dash lights would come on when I bashed the dashboard. My daughter's got a Toyota Yaris, and to get the radio to work, she's got to bang it, and then it comes on. She also, I think she has to bang it to get the CD out of it as well. It's an 05. Tom says, when I first moved back to Northern Ireland, I tried to use my credit card in the local Safeway. They'd not seen one. Nearly called the police. Scammer says, good, thanks. How are you? Well, I'm good. Playing trains. Or sorry, having a running session, whatever your choice is. Because at the end of the day, we're just playing with plastic trains. No matter how frustrating they might be when they stop in a tunnel. I would say, if I lift that off, the wheels are probably black. Just going to increase the speed a little bit, just see if that helps it get over the little. Now, to my mind, it doesn't seem to be running very smoothly. It seems a little bit jerky. Raymond Finnerton, a car put together by children. Trackside Adventure 26, good evening, welcome to the stream. Good evening, Mark. Will you be attending Glen Abbey this weekend? I will indeed. I hope to be there most of the day. Mrs. might be coming up with me, dropping me off. She'll head off to IKEA and then come back and get me. No, Raymond, where's Brownies? And my old Skoda Estelle was put together by convicts. Legs. Remember to clean your wheels and not trains in places with grease and hair. Yes. Flat Track. Good evening. How are you doing? Oh, we're showing 44 people in. You're all very welcome to the stream, and I hope you're all doing really well. Anyone who's joined, we have running my Murphy's Class 121 Irish Rail. That's shunting up and down here. We have my Murphy's Class 181 Irish Rail, and then going around is my Murphy's Class 141 going around, pulling some Irish Rail carriages. And on top rail, on the 009 narrow gauge, we've got a Donegal rail car. That is rail car 18. And then sitting here, we have my new Irish Railway Models Hunslet, and also my Irish Railway Models A-Class, pulling some, I think they're Hornby carriages that I repainted into Irish Rail. It'd be nice to see how many exhibits they have for their first show. Well, if you check out their Facebook page, they did put a list up of what they've got there. So you'll be able to see. Daniel Motor Railway, Simon, how are you doing? Good evening. Ian Ryan, why do Skodas have heated rear windows? Keep your hands warm when you're trying to push start it. Yes, that's the old joke. I remember my mum had one of the old Skodas when they came from Eastern Europe with the, I think it was a three-cylinder engine that was in it. This is going back a while because this is when my mate came over to Ireland to see me. He had a Volkswagen Jetta. So he took off from the house to head into town. And my mum, he said something to my mum about the Skoda or whatever. She hopped in that Skoda, her knowing the road. She belted past him, left him for dust. And he was just sitting there in the car in absolute shock that my mum had overtaken him in this three-cylinder Skoda. She got past him, and of course, she stopped and pulled over because she knew he would get up to speed and catch her. But she pulled in. It was just so funny just seeing his face. What are you working on layout tonight? Well, I've done a bit of work on, you might notice the center bit has got a bit more green on it. And I've started working on doing the scenics around the water areas now, starting to tie it all in. So that is what's working at the moment. I'm also working on the computer control. I've fitted new point motors over the past couple of weeks and feedbacks. And as a result of that, you can see the class 121 is, I've got it set up to shunt around through various sidings. There we go. The old Czech German Skoda work. Marco, good. Just find two Americans wandering around. Just find them wandering around. Just, oh, what two Germans would that be? Would that be a certain two, or two Americans? Would that be two Americans we all know? Back when they made trams, I think Skoda and Tatra made basically the entire fleet of every Eastern Europe block city, although it was mainly USR proper, and Skoda mostly did smaller Warsaw Pact countries. I always kept a bottle of water on the back seat of the Skoda as it had a habit of running dry. When I worked in Hungary decades later, one of the guys there had the same model and a bottle of water. I remember the joke used to be when you had a Ford, it would come with a kind of WD-40 because the HT leads and that would always get damp. You would always have to spray them to get it started. Yep, two certain Americans love Italian food, and guess what we got to eat? Right. Do you know what? I'm going to take that 141 off. Just give the wheels a quick clean. Seeing I've got stuff out because yeah, they do look a bit. What do you think, guys? They look a bit grubby. Let's pop it. Stand over here and clean up while I keep an eye on the chat. So I just use IPA to clean the wheels and cotton buds, and always clean the back of the wheels as well because that's where the pickups are on this particular model. Yeah, there is a bit of dirt coming off. And you will always find certain models, whatever their wheels are made out of, they pick up dirt a lot easier. It's just the way it is. I will get back to the chat in a minute. I will just put it on the track just to let the wheels spin around a bit, so I can make sure that all sides of the wheels are clean. I do have a bit of track with crocodile clips somewhere that I clip onto the track, and then I push it on the wheels just to get them to spin around. Or sometimes I will just put it on the rolling road, and then you can get your cotton wool buds up against the wheels to clean as they're spinning around. But I tend not to be too shy with the alcohol, because I find that helps get the stubborn dirt off. Right, let's put that back on, see how that goes. Right, don't forget to check out the train set shop. All right, let's get back to chat. See. I know they're around where Skodas, but YouTube doesn't allow me enough characters to type it here. Old Brit bikes were made with water-absorbent spark plug covers. God bless WD-40, yes. Are you getting the new Irish stuff from Acura Scale? This one here. Push that up a little bit so you can see it on the camera. The Hunslet, yes, that's the latest Irish Railway Models Acura Scale release. And there's some coaches coming for that in January time, I think they're coming. And then also around the same time, I think we'll be, I'll stop somewhere else now. January time is the, no, is it January time? But you've got the 800, the steam engine Maeve, which is the one I've ordered coming. What else is there? There's something else. I didn't get any of the, is it the Park Royals? I didn't actually order any of them. I kind of wish I did now. But probably just as well I didn't, because I need my money to buy a new car. Oh, my hand's still frozen. Oh, no, it's disappeared. I remember the 1990s Lifelight locos with brass wheels that oxidize black if you don't run them. Yeah. And Hi is heading off. Okay, take care, Hi. Mark, I saw an Irish truck in Germany today. You guys are invading Europe, admit it. I'm not a tinfoil hat, dude. Irish trucks get everywhere. One of my friend's uncles used to be a truck driver and used to go all the way from Donegal through to Eastern Europe with loads. Some Lima also have brass wheels. Yes, they do, yes. Oh, you've already got it. Yes. Oh, Leslie's dropping off. Okay, Leslie, thanks for popping in. Enjoyed the crack. I'm glad you did. Take care, Leslie. Anybody who doesn't know Leslie, get over there, check his channel out. He does some great stuff from the Carlisle area. It's a great channel to watch as well if you want some modeling inspiration, just to see the station layout and things like that. So go and check Leslie out. Your wallet is thanking you. I don't think it is. Tonight's stream was brought to you in conjunction with Irish Railways. Yes, well, it's all Irish trains I'm running tonight. Yeah, my Irish collection is growing, although we have a 37 parked in the siding over here. Let's not just talk about that. Priorities. Buy the new trains. Car can wait. Not when you live in Donegal. You need a car because we don't have any trains here to get anywhere. We barely have buses. Monkey SA43, good evening. How you doing? A little bit late to the chat. I've been having Chinese and playing with a new Class 67 from a Kurska. Oh, very nice. Talk about the Class 37. I'm back. Oh, is that what you were filming? Should have sent you a link and you could have gone live and joined us. I'm going to think of that now. We tried doing that once before, didn't we, Simon? If you're ever going to do that again during one of my live streams, let me know and I'll send you the link and we'll see if we can do get you live from somewhere. Family AC, that is Ross. Good evening, Ross. How you doing? Sorry, quick swig of old ginger ale. Keep me going. We did, but I sent pics. Did you send pics this evening? I have got numerous messages coming through on my phone. Oh, yes, you did. Ooh. 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 Glad you're not in Belfast right now. Well, what's going on in Belfast tonight? Right, I will share these if that's all right with you, Simon. Let me put that over there. And share screen. Entire screen, that one there. So this is what Simon was out looking at. We got a nice Class 47 there. ScotRail, Lady Diana Spencer. I presume it is a 47. 37 Flopsy. That is so shiny. And then, what is that? DC Rail. Come on, what class is that? Hang around for the Class 60. I got, Ross says, I got the HM7000 for a Black 5 and it sounds like a 9F. How can I fix that? Well, if you've got the HM7000, you need to download the app and then you can put whatever sound file you want on it. Well, as long as Hornby have the sound file. Correction, 37. Looks like very little clearance on the bottom left camera. I think I pushed that back. We should be okay. Go for it. Yeah, I'm glad you said go for it because I already have. Did you hear about the man who threw a 4-year-old into the crocodile pen? Lad is in a stable condition in hospital and man has been charged with attempted murder. Wow, I thought that was going to be some sort of joke then, John and Holly. That was horrible. Or did you join us? They've got the Diana Spencer. Very nice. It's a Class 60. Big Vroom machine. Okay, tug. Just go back through them again. Nice 37. That is just so shiny and polished. Diana Spencer. I do like 47s. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's stop sharing. Go back to that and go to there. There we go. Marcus just got his cheat for today. He just saw it. I do like those Irish locomotives. Got to get me some, as my mother lives in Monagar. My father was an Irishman, Belfast man, so definitely need some Irish rolling stock on the layout. Well, if you ever come to Ireland, you either go to Mark's Models around Dublin or to Modeller's Corner in Enniskillen, and they usually stock Murphy's Model stuff. But the Murphy's Model stuff is actually probably going to be running out because the Pat Murphy, the guy behind it, passed away earlier this year. And I don't know if anybody's picking up the reins to keep producing those models that he did. It's on the club layout. John Hoy says, hitting the thumbs up and support Mark by sharing the live if you can. Yes, indeed. So, obviously, my plans this weekend are to go to Glen Abbey Model Railway Show, which is on in Newton Abbey on Saturday. And then if I can, to get down to the Midwest show down in Limerick in the Castle Roy Hotel. I think it is on the Saturday and Sunday. So if you're in Ireland and you can go to either of those shows, do give them support. Modeling wise, I probably won't be doing anything because I'll be driving all weekend. But I may, in the evenings next week, get a bit more done on that. Other than that, that's what I'm planning for the weekend. What's everyone else doing? You going out? You modeling? Working your model railway? Or is it because the summer's here, you're going to be out doing other things? Yes. I told her just the best way to say, you can see toaster, which is what she calls her car. Because it's so small and tiny. It's like a toaster. Which means my missus is watching the stream, so... Summer is here, is it? Yeah. If I just show you out the window, yeah, it's pretty miserable and wet here. I think it was showing about 14 degrees earlier. That class 37 is very shiny. Yes, it is very shiny. Model Railway cell. Ross is having a look for some LMS mail coaches. Ooh. Yes, summer's here. The rain's a bit warmer, yes. I'm on holiday next week, which I will be in Newcastle next Thursday. I won't be in the stream. Ooh. Is it going to be a rail fanning holiday? Doesn't last long, yeah. Stunner Motorway Mark at work as usual tomorrow on Saturday. Hopefully we'll get to do some more on my signal box kit at some point after that. Well, Simon, you enjoy your holiday. Relax. All right, is everything still running? Or is that? I know it's still running. It seems after I cleaned the wheels, it's worked a bit better. Let's see if I can move that, move this camera down a bit to get some shots going over the viaduct. Let's see how that looks. You'll notice the strip of masking tape up here because I was working on that and didn't want it falling down through the cracks. Oh, that looks nice. Yes, the following Friday, they're retiring the old Town and Weir Metro cars in Newcastle, and Friday will be their last day of service. Ah, we're recording a bit of history. Well, this little backman here has been working well, shunting backwards and forwards for almost 2 hours now. I did have some issues with it beforehand where it just wouldn't. Now I've said that, has that just stopped? Why is it stopped there? It's not meant to stop there. I shouldn't have opened my mouth. Train appeared in an unexpected. I had to say something, didn't I? Something's gone wrong somewhere, and this ended up somewhere where it's not meant to be. Okay. Put it back at the beginning. I'm not sure where it's going now or where it thinks it's going, but it's showing up as being in 3 different places on the plan at the moment. So let's see what happens. And where are we? And are any being preserved? My trains are getting contrary now. Is this every Thursday? I discovered here by chance. I discovered RG trains by chance a few weeks ago. Yes, I usually do every Thursday evening, 7:30 to 9:30. Sometimes I swap with RGJ trains if it's convenient for both of us or whatever. If one of us has got something on. So let's actually go through. So I'm on Thursday evenings, usually 7:30 to 9:30. You've got Anthony Dodge, who's on from 8 p.m. to usually 11, something like that. He's an American, although he models German trains. Then you have Saturday, you have RGJ trains. First Saturday of every month, you have Brian, Finnerton Central. He does his monthly waffle, which is always good to go into. Then Sunday, usually at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you have Andy, Hot Dog Pilot, although he's taken a few weeks off at the moment, so I presume he'll be back after the summer. Monday, you have Jenny, of course. Tuesdays, Hi sometimes does a live from his caravan. I think she does one about once a month. Sometimes you have Craig, Iron Horse, on a Tuesday or Wednesday. A Wednesday, then you have Don Quest and also Richard from Trains in the Attic. And then you're back to Thursday. And then, of course, there's other people who do live streams as well. Those are just the ones I can think of off the top of my head. If I've missed anyone, they'll put it in the chat. There's 2 have been preserved already. 4001, which is the first one, and I think 4022. Ian as John Hayes, yes, Ian every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Yes, it usually is, Ian. I think 4001 is now in the Stevenson Museum. And it was RTJ, so occasionally swap. Hey, must be my test stuck with us. Locomotion are running the replica of the rocket if anyone's interested. Oh. Anthony Dodge currently in Germany. He'll be streaming 8 p.m. tomorrow, but 9 p.m. when he is streaming at the moment. All right, okay. King Julian is live tomorrow too, 9:30 our time, I think. Sorry, writing rubbish is fixing nails. All right, well, can you put a link in to his channel? Ian says, enjoy the stream. Thanks, RTJ Trains. Yeah, they usually do a good stream when Rob isn't messing something up. Brian, are you not doing one until September? Okay, so the next monthly waffle will be the first Saturday of September. Is that right, Brian? And win some Tuesdays too. Put links up to these channels, guys, so people can click on them and make sure they're subscribed to them. For instance, I thought it was August, your next waffle. Yes, he does the second Tuesday each month now. I'm having 2 months off, Simon. Right, hang on. Why's all the trains stopped? Oh. Oh. The points haven't thrown that. Let's stop that. And let's go. Everything should start running again. Let's stop that. That's, all right, I'm going to take that off because that's shorting out. Yeah, because the route wasn't set up properly. It went into the point the wrong way, shorted out, and the whole layout stopped. Well, I'll leave that off now because we've only got another 10 minutes or so of the stream anyway. There's a link to King Julian's. Let me just check I am subscribed. Yes, I am. And he's going live tomorrow, did you say? Right. Well, I should get that pop up. Everybody in shortening. Mark Stanover, I occasionally do live streams, although not very often and not on any set day, mainly because I only have an end-to-end layout, so people probably find it boring. No, people are into all sorts of things, you know. Like sometimes I don't have trains running because I'm working on something and people sometimes tune in for that. Right, it's shorted out again. Why is it shorted out? What's derailed? That point has changed. Why did that point change? See, this is what I have yet to sort of figure out, because sometimes it just does things and I don't know why. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with the system. It's obviously me just not learning how to use it and doing something wrong. Oh, Alan Reynolds, yes, the last Sunday of the month. That's always a good stream. Yes, Stanover Model Railway, known as Captain Static. His name is also Mark. It stopped again, 2118. Dwight Curley every Sunday. There we go. Yeah, put up the links to the people who go live so people can follow the channels. Quite often I will be there in the live streams, but I'm usually working on my layout, so I don't, by the time somebody says something I want to comment on, by the time I get to the computer or the phone or whatever to make the comment, the chat's moved on. Yeah, so hopefully the plan is something I'm going to be working on as well, is to get these trains working. So like these two trains come in now, they would stop, points would switch, and those two trains would take off. So you'd have constant different trains running around. Just got to figure out how to do it. And then there's this old git who never does it live. Old Tom Houston. Very good with electronics, though, and fixing people's shuttles, though. Right, dare I say it, but the rail car number 18 has ran all night. I didn't even clean this track when I done work on it, so. But to be fair, that was taken out and wasn't actually in this room. It was out of this room while I was working on this one. So that was actually on the kitchen table yesterday. Josh says, my phone is about to start buffering, so I may as well be off for the night. Take care, everyone. Okay, Joshua, catch you again. Live. What's that? Yeah, I've been doing this regular Thursday night live stream now for 5 years, I think, when I looked the other day. See how long have I actually been doing this? Just realized it's Thursday. Hope you're well. Right on track. Chris, good evening. How are you doing, sir? I don't know if you've seen the video I done on Model U. I don't know if it was any good. So, Ian Ryan, I hope that was a bottle of Pinot Grigio you were sucking on. It looked like it. No, that is ginger ale. Cheers. 5 years. Yes, ginger ale. People would usually know me for drinking Dr. Pepper, but I finished my last can at the beginning of the stream. All right. Let's see if I can just get this going for the last few minutes of the stream. Oh, there. See, this is the other thing it does. I put it on the track and it goes the wrong direction. And I haven't figured out why it's doing that. It creates a route to go this way, but then it goes that way. And I haven't quite figured out what I'm doing wrong. Right, let's see how far it goes for derails or shorts out the leg out. Had a follower of yours come into Model U office this week. Yes, I've seen the video, loved it. Oh, thanks. I hope it done you guys justice. Right, and try it. Hey, buddy. Now I know why Rob missed you the other night. Hi, Ian. Sorry I haven't spoken much. My name is Ross. It's very nice to meet you. Yes, family ACSN7N is Ross. Ian Ryan, I've only discovered this live stream. I've seen some of your builds in the past. Enjoyed them. Thanks. Thank you very much for watching them. Hi, yes, I use my personal account on YouTube. No idea why it's added a number as it didn't used to. Yeah, a couple of months back, YouTube changed something with the way names are shown in the chat. Lurkers are always on. Thanks for mentioning that. It means we can say hello. It's a new thing. YouTube shows the usernames, then channel names. Confused us for a while. Relays Model U doesn't have a YouTube, does it? If you're ever unsure of anything, Ian, just ask a question in the live and Mark or anyone else in the live will answer. Yes, that's anybody out there who's new to it. There's no such thing as a stupid question. In fact, the stupid question is the one that you didn't ask. That cost you then 500 quid because you've done something wrong. So there's no such thing. We all had to start somewhere. You're not sure of anything, just come in and ask. We're a friendly bunch, and we'll try to advise you the best way. I had somebody put on one of my comment on one of my videos going, they bought a basic set, which we're talking an 040 with a couple of wagons and a basic oval of track. What do they do next? It's really up to you. If you're starting out in model rows, what you want to do. First off, get a piece of wood, pin the oval to the piece of wood, and just have some fun and let your imagination go. Right, well, I could put a tunnel here, or I could buy a point and put a siding here, or or I want to get another loco. It's just let your imagination take hold. So I remember I try and lurk at work, but I always fail, unfortunately. Ian says, hi to family. Nice to meet you too, Ross. See, we're all a nice, friendly bunch. I'm not the only Model U member who watches this all time, but I'm useless at remembering YouTube names. Model U does have a YouTube page, and it will hopefully be putting more up soon. Very good. Mark, would you recommend an NCE powered cab for DCC? The only thing I will recommend for DCC, and it's only because I've used it and I find it works really well, is as he pulls it out of the box because he's not using it anymore because he's gone over to iTrain. His Gauge Master. I've used this. I haven't. The only other ones I've used is the Hornby Select ones, which are basic ones and not great. I've used this. I find it really well. I can't comment on any other ones, and I wouldn't because I've never used them. So my best advice, if you want to know what's the best to use, go to a train show. There will be people using all different ones there. Chat to them. They may even let you have a go and tell you the plus and cons of it. But go to a train show, see the different ones they use, and make a decision from there. Because at the time, I got that one because I got the Wi-Fi module and I could use a tablet with it, and it worked for me. It mightn't work for you. You might want something different. But advice is, if you've got a good model shop, go talk to them if they sell various different models, or go to a train show and talk to the people operating the layouts and what they use and get advice from them. That's what I did. And they recommended the Gauge Master, and it worked really well for me. Simon, I'm going to make a promise. Gets 2026, 11th October. It will get scanned at Model U. We know how useless I am. I tried to tag you. Hey, I've been TikTok as well. No, sorry, I'm fairly new to all of this. Ian, you got a question? You want to know something? Just ask. We all started somewhere. One thing I find with doing YouTube now since lockdown is when I started doing it, is a great way of meeting other modelers. And I've made some good friends through YouTube. And, you know, we had a meetup recently at Crew. It's great to catch up with everything. The only thing about Crew was it just wasn't long enough to get around and talk to everyone. You know, and we're quite a friendly bunch. And, you know, if you got any stuck on anything, just ask. We'll do what we can. Son of a mother, right? Nice, Simon. What day are you going to get, by the way? Okay, thanks. Dorset Street Motor Railway Club use Gauge Master. Simon will be going on the Sunday. I will be there, Simon. Look forward to seeing you there. Looks like some good layouts announced. If you're after the Gauge Master Prodigy, Ross, it's now been replaced by the Gauge Master Infinity. Yes, that's right. I remember someone saying that. It's been replaced with this, which I haven't used. This is in a box. This is one of the club members who bought it in. It's to be used on our club layout. But you may pick up a Gauge Master somewhere secondhand. I know I was at a show last year. One of our club members picked up one for 100 quid. Okay, next time, hopefully I'll get there on the Sunday. Okay, thanks all of you. I'm sure. Thank you for making me welcome. Take care and have fun. I'm sure I'll be back with lots of stupid questions. Ask away. If you're stuck on anything, just ask. No such thing as a stupid question. Yeah, that's what I say, Chris. Yeah, RGJ Train said, take care, Ian. A good tip is to look out for inspiration or a special place you could replicate, use for inspiration. Yeah. You'll if you watch any of my videos from shows, there's a particular layout called Scout Camp, and I just love that layout. It's 2 lines going around. It's DC. It's got a viaduct on it, and it goes past the Scout Camp. And I've taken a lot of inspiration from that one because I just think it's a lovely layout. I really, really like it, and that's where I've taken some of my inspiration from. But yeah, you know, take it from real life, other people's layouts, mix it all together. It doesn't even have to be the same country. Yeah, for once, actually, on this layout tonight is running all Irish stuff, apart from the 37 hiding over here. But usually I'm running a mix of both, you know, so take your inspiration from wherever. Brian says, no question is stupid. This night. It was great to meet you. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm sure we met a time before, Mark, but yeah, it's just, at least we got to go out for something to eat, Mark, so we had a chance to chat then. And also been messaging about, I've been thinking about it for a while to get scanned. Also been messaging about the 15-year Johnny Kirk. Cool. What class 37 here? And RG James run a Danish local too. Yeah. Run whatever you want. You know, people telling you, oh, you can't run that. Whatever. Have you got a layout? No, didn't think so. Well, I don't have time to build a layout. Well, off then. Anyway, it's gone 9:30. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm going to call it a night now and say the video on the new point motors I fitted is out tomorrow. I think I've set it for 6 o'clock tomorrow. Channel members already seen it. Hopefully I'll be back next Thursday. Don't forget, we got Anthony tomorrow evening, RTJ trains on Saturday. No one on Sunday. I think Dwight Curley, is he going to be there? And then Jenny Monday. Not sure who'll be on Tuesday. Dawn and Richard are both on Wednesday evenings. I'll be back Thursday, hopefully. So take care, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Happy modelling. If any of you are going to the show in Newton Abbey on Saturday, I'll see you there. Do say hello. And yeah, I'll catch you all next week or in the other streams. So yeah, I might make RTJ Trains stream Saturday because I'll probably be driving back from Belfast. But if she's driving, then I might have it on in the car. Anyway, take care, guys. I'll see you all next Thursday. Pleasure as always being here Thursday evenings with you. Really enjoy it for our little club night. So take care, everyone. I'm going to go over here to the screen and awkwardly hit that end stream button. So take care, everyone. Catch you all next week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.